But it's nice to have the team back together because, well, it's fair to say in the 3 weeks that we've been away, I understand there's been a little rumbling. There's been a few power plays, a little bit of positioning.
Jim.
And I can't believe it, to be honest. It just shows, Gary, that you can never walk away and expect things to remain.
I'll tell you what happens. It reverts to jungle law. And that is when the big king lions wander off, the other ones in the pack, start to position.
That's it.
And I am led to believe that a couple that wanted to get on top of the rock and start to roar and bellow had a tumble in the dust. A real tumble in the dust to establish dominance. And it got real ugly and messy.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
And it was from the other side of the world.
I tell you, it tilted over there.
Suddenly the text started piling
everywhere.
through.
And I actually had to listen to a couple of things and did it just lose all shape.
So we need then to speak to the purple-headed warrior, of course, Triple M's finest, a newsbreaker extraordinaire, and former superstar from St Kilda and 5-year coach of Richmond.
I think they're the two main ones.
And we need to find out right off the bat where all this sits, but...
Well, I got a fork in me. I'm cooked. Seriously, the last 3 weeks, the first week with the Warrior was okay, and we were building to a nice little relationship. Then the second week, a couple of things got a little bit frosty. I thought Wayne Carey and Wayne Swash were outstanding, by the way, but the Warrior... tried. There was a power play. He tried to sort of run the show behind the scenes and trying to say, why don't we go down this path?
No, he wouldn't have.
After the third week, whatever he said, I went polar opposite, and it ended up seriously 3 weeks. Friday night, Saturday, Sunday with the Warrior was enough for anyone. Yeah. And then Wednesday, unfortunately, on your show, the Rush Hour,
Midweek Rub,
it came to a crescendo, and some of the questions that he asked me, and I'd had enough. I basically had enough of him personally, physically, and I was just lucky for you, Damo, that the interview was from Sydney, because if it had been face-to-face...
It's fair to say we only barely tolerated each other at the best of times, and the past 3 weeks has got the better of us.
How did you find it?
The same as you did. By the time Wednesday came around, I didn't want to see you for another 6 months.
Well, apparently the producer's got some of the interview from Wednesday night. Let's see how it just unravelled.
It was a press conference. He actually sat next to Adrian Anderson, our man Danny. What was this about, Danny?
You seem to know what happened, Damo. Keep going.
Mate, I started reading the release and my eyes glazed over after the second paragraph.
That'd be right. You know, the 180 coaches would expect nothing more from that from you, Damo. Your absence wasn't noted, mate. It actually wasn't even wanted there, to be brutally honest.
Mate, you're on Triple M now. You're not at the press conference.
I'm sure the coach is sort of driving home from work as we speak now.
Damo, anything?
Oh, well, if Damo's going to go like that, maybe him and Mark Robinson should get the boxing gloves out, because apparently the Twitter has gone mad, Bill, over the last 24 hours.
Now, speaking of Twitter, Saturday afternoon, apparently.
Hey, boys.
Hang up. Hang up.
Off, Spud.
Oh, thank myself for that, because I was going to go somewhere that probably would have got me taken off air. Do
you think Warrior tried to get above his standing, did he?
He did.
Did he try to...
That's how the power play ended up. He just thought, before the boys get back, I better show
There's no
the
power
wolf
play, mate. I just had enough of you. And I didn't realise you'd packaged it up, because I'd packaged up something from Wednesday too.
Hello.
We want to do that. Yep. I didn't know you were going to do that. Let's listen to this one.
Mainly the extra funding's gone for a couple of more staff, unfortunately for me, Bill. But look, it's one of those things where it's world's best practice. And
now, mate, I'm happy to look you in the eye here and say, world's best practice about the Coaches Association. Now, Danny, mate, seriously, you know that. You know that I think you do a very good job of that. I'll put it on the record now. I think
don't
seriously.
Be condescending.
I'm not being condescending. I'm being very factual, very real, very honest, very blunt. You do a very good job, but mate, you're not world's best practice.
No, that was.
I might give you Bungaree best practice, but I'm not going to give you world.
I'll grant you that.
Can you take that back?
I'll take it back a little bit. It's probably AFLCA best practice. Probably
world's
got
best practice,
it.
JB.
Anyway, I did see the reaction of the big Spud Regis.
I thought, maybe you got me on the back foot there. But that's what it's been like, and it's great to have you guys back. Obviously, it was a terrific game last night. You can direct all your questions to Damo today, because I've had enough. The last 3 weeks, as I said, I've got a fork in me. I'm tired. I'm grumpy.